Okay. Hospital friends.
Oh, this is where everything is. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Doctors.
More doctors.
Dr. Rubik's Cube. Yummy. That is too
The
good.
Bear family was
Fred.
visiting. Shh. The Bear family was visiting the Bear Country Hospital. Their cousin Fred had just had his tonsils taken out. They were bringing him a card, a balloon that said "Get well soon." Oh, and a balloon. On the way to his room, they passed busy doctors, nurses, and other hospital workers.
Put Steve back.
Okay. Cousin Fred was sitting up in bed eating a bowl of ice cream. Aunt Min was with him. She had a bed in the corner in case she needed to stay overnight. "Hiya, Fred," said brother and sister. "How are you feeling?"
Hiya, bed.
"Hi," said Fred. His voice was soft and raspy. "My throat hurts. That's why I'm eating this. It's the only thing that feels good on my throat." Oh, he gets to eat ice cream.
All day,
All the
every day.
ice cream he wants.
All day, every day. 24, 3, 365.
"You get ice cream here?" said brother. "I want to stay in the hospital too." "I don't know if you can stay," said a voice behind them, "but I'll give you a tour." Oh, it was Dr. Gert Grizzly, their family doctor. She was there to check on Cousin Fred. Actually, there's very few family doctors that work in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
"Can we really have a tour, Dr. Grizzly?" asked Sister. "Of course," said the doctor. "This would be a good time for you to learn all about the hospital."
Yeah, I like this, Allie. Get well.
Very good.
Blah. Get well
Dr.
later.
Dr. Grizzly looked Cousin Fred over. "You're doing fine, Fred," she said. "I think you'll be able to go home today." "Hooray," whispered Fred, and went back to his ice cream. "Now let's get started," said Dr. Grizzly as they waved goodbye to Cousin Fred and Aunt Min. "This part of the hospital is where the cubs stay," explained Dr. Grizzly. "We try to make them comfortable. Their parents can stay with them, and there are books and games, toys, TV. There's plenty of good food, usually more than just ice cream." Look at that tablet, art. Special workers play with the cubs, read to them, and help them learn. There are even artists and musicians to teach cubs how to paint and play instruments. "That looks like fun," said Sister. Brother and Honey nodded. "What would you guys be doing if you were in that room?" Jakey.
Ice cream. They are in that room. Eat chocolate ice cream.
You would be eating? Would you be playing with the dinos, Jacob? Yeah. Look, there's dinos there.
I would be playing with that truck over there.
Oh, you'd be that kid playing with the truck?
Yeah, because that looks fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be the dino. I don't know if you... Ooh, I'd love doing that.
"Hello, Bonnie," said Dr. Grizzly to a cub with a cast on her leg. "Good morning, Dr. Grizzly," said Bonnie. "Bonnie here has a broken bone in her leg," Dr. Grizzly explained. "May we sign your cast?" asked Sister. "Sure," said Bonnie. Grinning, they signed her cast, and Honey drew a heart on it.
That hurt. Honey,
"Bonnie and her friends are going to PT, physical therapy," said Dr. Grizzly. "That's where they go to get special exercises they need." That's like Aunt Jennifer. She does that.
Ooh, the physical therapist, just like in our last book.
Yeah. That's where they go to get the special exercises they need. The Bear family... Oh, that would be Aunt Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
She even has a ponytail. The Bear family followed Bonnie to PT and watched cubs working on exercise machines and doing other activities to help them grow strong and well.
And you can see what all some doctors do in our last video.
Yeah. "When someone has a broken bone like Bonnie," said Dr. Grizzly, "we often take x-rays to learn more about it." "What are x-rays?" asked Brother. "You can see for yourself," said Dr. Grizzly, showing them. There was a window into a room with a big machine. A patient's leg was propped up under it. A doctor was holding pictures from the machine up to a light. You could actually see the patient's bones right in the pictures. "Wow," said Sister. "Cool," said Brother. "Cool," said Honey.
Honey, cool, said.
Except nobody does that anymore. We don't have films like this. We look at them in the computer.
Honey,
X-rays are one way to learn about a patient, said Dr. Grizzly. But first, we do exams and other things to decide what needs to be done. Sometimes there needs to be an operation. "Like when Cousin Fred had his tonsils taken out?" asked Sister. "That's right," said Dr. Grizzly. "Let's see what happens before an operation." They went to a room. You can just say it. What?
Isn't it toenails? Toenails being clipped isn't
isn't bad.
They went to a room where nurses and doctors were getting patients ready for operations. A cub was there with her mom and dad. Doctors were giving her medicine to make her comfortable and drowsy. They explained about all the things they would do to keep her safe and make sure nothing felt bad.
And she has a teddy bear to keep her comfortable.
He has a chart. That's where we put all the patient information. Except nowadays, we don't really do it in a physical chart. We have it on the computer.
Everything's on the computer now.
Oh my goodness, when they go down, it's trouble. The Bear family saw doctors and nurses washing their hands. They wore gowns, hats, rubber gloves, and were putting masks over their noses and mouths. What are they? What are those doctors called?
Operation
Nurses.
doctors.
Surgeons.
Sure.
Look, that's Papa. Papa's a surgeon.
Papa's a
And
surgeon.
me.
That's Papa and Anna when she grows up.
With no earrings.
Everyone who works with patients in an operation has to wash carefully to clean away germs. Hold on, baby. Go over here.
Mommy.
Why are they wearing masks and all that other stuff? Asked Sister. That's to protect against germs too, said Dr. Grizzly. Even after washing, we all have germs that can make patients sick.
Mommy. After
Back in the box.
I read it. Where do patients go after an operation? Asked Brother. To recovery, said Dr. Grizzly, taking them into a room where more patients were being cared for. Dr. Grizzly pointed out a plastic bag with tubes attached. What's that called, Miss Anna?
Tube thingy-majig. A tube thingy. Wait, no, I know.
It's an intravenous
Wait,
solution.
wait. I was gonna say
And
intravenous.
I know
Yeah.
exactly what it does.
What does IV stand for, John?
What Anna just said.
Intravenous. That's an IV, she said. It gives patients liquids to keep them healthy.
Yeah, and it's basically just that, and then it plugs into somewhere in their body.
In their veins. Some of the patients were asleep. One cub was just waking up. Were they taking naps? Asked Sister. Not exactly, said Dr. Grizzly. When cubs have an operation, there are doctors and nurses who help them fall asleep and stay safe until they wake up with their moms and dads. What are these doctors called that put people to sleep?
Pediatricians.
No, anesthesiologist.
I need a
Okay, fine. I'm gonna use this
Put him in the
chart.
bed. Put him in the bed. Here, put him in.
Me in the bed.
Oh,
Yay.
okay.
Wee.
Look, he's in the plane.
When someone comes to the hospital, asked Brother, where do they go first?
I'm in the
Often right to the emergency department, the
I need the
ED,
other
said
track.
Dr. Grizzly. That's the last stop on our tour. They passed through a waiting area for families of patients who had just arrived and greeted a nurse at a desk. This is Nurse Brown, said Dr. Grizzly. She finds out all about the patients when they first come in. What's she called? What kind of nurse is she?
She is called.
The desk nurse.
You won't know this term. It's called a triage nurse. So triage.
I'm fresh and ready to go.
Triage. Most of the patients are sent to an exam room, said Nurse Brown. Would you like to see one? She took them to a row of small rooms with curtains. They saw a doctor listening to a cub's breathing while a nurse took his temperature and checked his heart. After patients are examined, explained Nurse Brown, they sometimes go for more tests or treatment. Oh, look at that. They're bringing in patients in a big ambulance. Look at that. How do all these patients get to the hospital anyway? Asked Sister. When folks need to go to the hospital in a hurry, said Nurse Brown, taking them outside. An ambulance will rush them right here. Emergency workers can even give care and medicine in the ambulance while it's on its way. Look at that. Sometimes, Dr. Grizzly told them, patients are brought even faster or from far away in a special helicopter that lands right on the hospital roof. Actually, in my hospital, it's in the back. It's on the ground level. So we can just zip them in the back door and put them in the ICU. Patients are brought even faster. Yeah. Wow, said the cubs. Oh my, said Mama, holding her hat in the breeze. Wow, said Papa.
Oh, honey.
Now our hospital tour is done, said Dr. Grizzly. I hope you enjoyed learning about the hospital as much as I enjoy showing it to you. Yes, we did, said the Bear family. Thank you, Dr. Grizzly. Thank you indeed, Doctor, said Mama. We've met so many new friends here today, the doctors and nurses and everyone else who works hard to make the hospital a special place. And we've learned that when we come to the hospital, our hospital friends will take good care of us.
Wait.
Yep, we will. The end.